On this week's episode, we talk about the Netflix original film Ava.
And all the pop culture news.
We're back, still separated by thousands of miles.
Yes, but we all have snow.
Yeah, we got snow in North Carolina this morning. It's all
Yeah,
melted now, but it was a beautiful morning.
yeah, and we can, if you look up at the sky, we can both see the moon. Not the
Not the
same
same
moon.
moon. That's just ridiculous.
Come on. Okay, so let's start talking about Ava.
Okay,
Wait,
spoiler alert.
there you go.
Look at us remembering before we start talking about the movie. Man.
So some
Okay,
detail.
you're not here. So.
Yeah. Some details about Ava is a Netflix movie
Mhm.
starring Jessica Chastain. Is not Bryce Dallas Howard. It's Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
Um,
We're supposed to believe is not the same person.
yeah, it's Ron Howard's daughter, but from another mother. Anyways, no, it's not. I'm kidding. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Hollywood. Um, so it's action
Mhm.
movie, right? Yeah, okay, yeah,
Drama.
action drama, sure, yeah.
Yeah. It's got a pretty impressive cast. We've got Colin Farrell, John Malkovich, and yeah, it's a spy. Well, I guess she's not really a spy. She's an assassin,
Yes,
and so okay. So we first meet Ava. She goes to the airport to pick up this guy, and it looks like she's sort of driving an Uber, and she's kind of flirting with the guy, and um, they pull off on some country road, and she's like, "I just want to come sit with you and talk, and then we'll see what happens." And
that part for me is like, no matter how rich the guy is, and no matter how it for me was super unrealistic.
that he would be cool with that.
No, that she started flirting on him,
Oh,
out of the blue. It's like, I'm driving you, but you can drive me, crap like that. It's like that's the beginning of a. It sounds like a beginning of a porn movie. It doesn't look realistic.
sure. It's like a kind of a bizarre scenario to get them.
Yeah,
Well, this character completely fell for it
yeah.
because she was in the back and she shot him in the hand before he realized what was going on. Um, and then killed him. And so we discovered like this is actually her job. She's a paid assassin. John Malkovich is her handler, but um, it comes out very quickly. And the credits, opening credits, I thought were actually cool. They used the opening credits to kind of give her backstory that she was like brilliant all through high school, had so much potential, and then ended up like losing a lot of that with drugs. Joined the army, was recruited for like special ops in the army, had more issues with drugs and alcohol, and then ends up getting recruited for this assassins team, whatever.
It's not clear if that's the government, right?
Yeah, they leave that pretty ambiguous. They
Okay.
kind of make it sound private, but if it is, it's definitely like black ops. Like
I guess it's not government because they get paid for it, right?
they do. She
So
gets paid like what 75,000
yeah,
per
that's for hire.
or something. Um. Anyway, so yeah, so opening credits kind of show this backstory. She's like really troubled. Is working through some stuff, but is really good at her job. She's got like 41, I think, confirmed kills. Um, but it comes out like John Malkovich completely loves her. He's kind of her mentor. She's his protege. Um, but she keeps breaking protocol and like trying to talk to the people she's supposed to be killing and trying to figure out why she's killing them and stuff like that. And so the other people at management, like the people running all this, they kind of want to kill her. Close her is the word they use
Mhm.
in the show. And then in the meantime, there's all kinds of family drama. So this one kill in Saudi Arabia goes wrong. She ends up back in Boston, her hometown, where her mom has just had like some heart problems. And so we've got the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
like,
Before, sorry,
oh yeah,
before
no.
before she goes home, John Malkovich's character came, Duke, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Duke, the guy that trained her, well, she gets pissed because of the fail in Saudi Arabia. It was Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia? Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
so she gets pissed, and then she goes after him because it's like you set me up, and he was like, no, it was an honest mistake, you know. But
yeah.
she confronted him, and then she tells him about, oh, my mother had a heart attack, and then it's like, I know you should go see her, and then she goes to Boston.
Yeah. And this is where, at least for me personally, I don't know about you, but the movie took kind of an unexpected turn because now we've set aside all the like international assassin stuff, and now she's dealing with some like really twisted, troubled family problems, like trying to reconnect with her family, and it looks like her sister is engaged to her ex-fiance, and like they're all mad at her for having just left 8 years ago and only calling every 6 months. And then it turns out she's got a past with like gambling and this like gambling poker, illegal poker ring. And then we find out that she left her family because she caught her dad having an affair, and before she could tell her mom about it, he told the mom that Ava was blackmailing him for drug money, and that she was going to make up some story about him having an affair. And she was so angry and so hurt, she wanted to kill her dad. And so she left because she knew that if she stayed anywhere near her family, she would kill her dad. But she was finally able to go home because her father had died. Anyway, so they start unpacking like all this, like, oh, really intense family drama, which I thought was like well written and believable. Like they still care about each other, they still want a relationship, but there's a lot of like hurt feelings and secrets that can't be told and all this other stuff. And anyway, not what I expected from this movie. So we have that other storyline that's moving forward.
Yeah, and so she has to deal with her personal family drama.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Duke is dealing with another pupil. He trained as to be an assassin, the great Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
I think his name's Simon in the movie.
huh?
Simon, they call him in
Yes,
the movie.
yes.
Yeah.
And Simon wants her gone because she's a liability. She makes
Yeah.
mistakes. She talks to the subjects. Oh, that's one thing we learned in the very first kill. She talks to before. So there's the whole. Oh, I'm pretty. I want to be with you. And then she reveals herself to be an assassin.
Yeah.
And what she does, she's like, someone hired me to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Are you a bad guy? So she talks to the victims before she kills. And the
Yeah.
guy doesn't like that. It's like, no, no, she shouldn't be doing that. So he has people spying on her, and he decides, okay, we have to close her. Fun fact, Colin Farrell's character, Simon, has his own daughter as a
Yeah.
as an assassin, spying on Ava and ready to kill Ava. The daughter is portrayed by, I can't remember the name of the actress, but she works with
I
John
don't remember either, but
Malkovich. Sorry, what?
yeah, no, keep going, keep going.
She works with John Malkovich on Space Force. She's the daughter of
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, she's like an adult and scary looking, cold assassin. Anyways, so Colin Farrell is moving to kill Ava. So
Mm-hmm.
Ava confronts her past, which includes this lady mob boss in Boston. So she has to
Mm-hmm.
fight and deal with that, and then comes the assassin. She has to fight to deal with that, and Duke tries to protect her, but Colin Farrell's like, screw it. Colin Farrell kills him gruesomely, takes him to a lake near his house, and put some weights on him and drop him.
Yeah, I really dragged that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I sent a video of it to Ava. Like, oh man,
yeah.
dark.
So by the end, everything gets solved by uh, Eva fighting the mob boss and solving family problems, and she goes and confronts Simon, and then they fight. She beats him, and help me out here. How does she kill him? How does she kill him?
She does kill him. So they beat each other up pretty bad in the hotel, and he's like, "Okay, fine. I'll if I ever see you again, I'll kill you." But then she follows him out of the hotel, and he tries to run away, but um, she catches him and walks away. But we see as she's walking away that his daughter, the Space Force girl, is following Ava. So
I missed that. Yeah.
it was. I suspected there were some lines. We don't really get a lot from the daughter. Camille was her name. I don't remember. We don't get a lot from the daughter, but there's like some tension there between her and Simon, and like she. So she's. It looked like she's pursuing Ava at the very end, which
Okay.
is kind of what makes me think they're setting this up for a franchise. That like it wasn't a loose end that was tied up. They kind of introduced a character, but then didn't do a lot with her. They
Uh,
hinted stuff with her. I don't know. We'll see.
okay. Yeah. I felt some, I don't know, some influence, maybe some tentative, some trials of making a female John Wick. You know, this whole
Yeah.
John Wick is pretty straight up. He has this family drama in the beginning of the movie with his dead wife and then a dog and then dead dog and then it's fight to the end. He was
Mm-hmm.
he was done and he wants to stay done, but life and the bad guys bring him back to the game. Uh, right. And in this one, it was more like spread. The whole family drama was spread throughout the movie. And
It,
I don't know, maybe with that done, maybe they're gonna go John Wick and it's gonna be Ava killing, trying to
yeah.
survive. You know, because
Mm-hmm.
she did kill one of her own. Maybe some higher ones will say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can't do that." Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. She's definitely set herself up for trouble, though.
Yeah. If anything, revenge from the kids.
Yeah. But I could also see the kid being convinced to join Ava because Colin Farrell made a comment. So um in the movie, every time John Malkovich goes to see Colin Farrell, we see that Colin Farrell's got like little kids, and they're his older daughter's half siblings,
Uh-huh.
really differently. So at one point, like Duke picks up this like little girl. She's like, I don't know, 5 or something, and he goes like, Uncle Duke's got a job for you if you've got the right skills. And Simon says, no, not my daughter. The field's no place for a lady. And he
Yeah.
says it as his older daughter is like
Burn. Yeah.
holding a gun to John Malkovich's head, and she looks at him like, I'm sorry, what? Like, and John Malkovich makes a point of saying like, oh, okay, you've already got enough daughters or something like that. Like,
Yeah. That was
definitely planting some seeds there.
that was a big burn.
Yeah.
Well. Ava is available on Netflix. Yeah, you guys should go watch it. And
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. What we have next?
Oh my gosh, more premieres are being rescheduled slash delayed.
Yes, and let me open this. Let's go through it. So there's a bunch of delayed premieres, and I think I'll start it last week with No Time to Die. The James Bond movie that was set to premiere what October last year.
Ages
Uh,
ago. I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Like, is this even a headline anymore?
yeah. So it was delayed. It finally was delayed to April this year. But it
Mhm.
seems like the industry, the movie theaters, the producers, directors, Distributors are not confident about the COVID situation still, to the point that No Time to Die, that was scheduled to be released in April, it's gonna be released in October
Wow.
this year, which is like the end of the year. So for first semester, forget it. And we're gonna
Yeah.
go through a little bit more about first semester. But among other ones that were delayed, we have what we have.
Oh, what do we have? We've got Peter Rabbit 2. April to June. And then Morbius and Uncharted have both been moved from this summer all the way to February of next year.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is gonna be in November. They just announced today that the Elvis biopic by Baz Luhrmann, there would be November this year, is gonna be June next year.
Wow.
Kingsman, I was like, I really wanted to watch that movie. It's going
Yeah.
from March to August.
Okay, that's not terrible.
And the big one, and this is the big one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Paramount Animation announced that Rumble is gonna move from February. No, it's gonna move
Okay.
from May this year to February next year. And why that's big? Well, it's not big because Rumble is a big movie. I honestly don't know what Rumble is about.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it.
But it's the first May summer release that's moving from this summer to next
Oh,
year. And that May summer include movies like Fast and Furious 9 and Black Widow, big ones. If anything, Fast and Furious 9 was probably one of the first movies to be delayed last year, and it was supposed to be released last summer. And they said, okay, it's not working this summer. You're gonna move all the way to next summer. So let's see if they're gonna move too. But yeah,
I'm really tired of all this.
yeah, but yeah, the industry, it's pretty much stalled big time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is rough.
COVID. Anyways,
Our
you,
girl like doesn't even ask anymore. She'll say like, "Oh, why can't we do something?" And I'll just say, "Why do you think?" She goes, COVID-19, and it just feels right. Like, why can't we go to the movies? COVID-19. Anyway,
if anything, the industry is trying to keep working, to producing, and there's some
yeah.
announcements on the production side. Titans that announced Batgirl last week just announced Robin 3, the third Robin,
Okay.
Tim Drake, and it's gonna be portrayed by Jay Lecurgo.
Do we know who that is? Have we seen him before?
Um, honestly, personally, I don't know. There's a curiosity about him. He's also on the cast of the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
There's even sad pictures of him. We don't know who he is.
Yeah. So he's
Most
not
likely,
Tim Drake, but or
yeah,
a Robin.
most likely it's not gonna be Robin. He actually wearing like a clown
Oh no.
makeup, kind of. So I guess it's part of a gang.
Oh, maybe one of the yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm double dipping in the DC universe.
So yeah, good for him.
Cool. Wow. So this is what season 3, and they've got 3 Robins already.
Robins. Yeah, they're catching up pretty quick.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cool, yo. Okay. George Clooney is being considered, rumored for a Buck Rogers revival.
Yes.
Which sounds fun.
Yeah, and he most likely is going to be producing too, and his company will be producing, and it's an interesting sci-fi character to be finally revived after so long.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of like the original ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, like on TV. Or maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. Other movie news: the Disney Plus Doogie Howser reboot is being joined by Jason Scott Lee, who was just in Mulan. So I guess he's sticking with Disney for a while.
Yeah, he was. What was the name? He was the bad guy.
Oh yeah, there. All I remember is there were several Lees. You kept looking at people in the cast, and you're like, "Oh, it's Jason Scott Lee," and like, like Bruce Lee, and you'd be like, "No."
Well,
And
he was Bruce Lee on the Dragon, Last Dragon.
yeah, but not actually like related. And then like Jet Li,
Yeah,
no, like
yeah,
anyway. Anyway, so that'll be cool.
yeah.
Move on.
So he will be the father of the character of Mulan. Oh, not Mulan. Doogie Howser, whatever her name is. I can't remember.
Doogie Kamealoa.
Yeah, Camilla.
Yeah,
So,
kind of a mood shift for him.
Vincent Reynolds. What's his name? Ryan Reynolds. That's
Yeah.
his Twitter, Instagram handle.
Yeah, yeah.
He posted this thing about Deadpool 3. He said that Deadpool 3 would be road trip movie between Wolverine and Logan, and it would be like Hashimon, like it's like super cool, super indie, like super brainy, and the press out there is buying it. They all believe in it. He was joking, but everywhere you see the Nerdist and IGN, they all saying that, oh, the Deadpool 3 movie was almost this. It's like, no, it wasn't ever. It was a joke. Anyways,
That's clickbait.
I just thought it was hilarious how, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
How they ate it in the start selling it about more mispress, about more problems the press. Again, there's more to come. But next, this judge approved 17 million settlement for Harvey Weinstein accusers, which I personally thought it was not enough. I thought it's only divided by 50 victims. It would be 200,000 each. I mean, I honestly think they would deserve more.
They do. It's tricky though. Like you can't really put a number. You can't put a number on it. But I mean, yeah, it's and 17 million sounds really nice until you realize it's 50 people. 50 people accused him of.
And other aspect of the punishment is 17 million for you and me. It's a lot.
Yes.
Is it a lot for him?
Yeah.
Because if it's not, it doesn't really do. It's like he's gonna go after 50 more.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. There's a Canadian couple who chartered a plane to take them to this tiny town up in the Yukon so that they could get COVID vaccines. So they're basically stealing. These COVID vaccines were set aside for some of the elderly among the indigenous populations up there in the Yukon. And they chartered this plane and lied about who they were and where they were from so that they could get some of these vaccines. They basically stole the vaccine.
Wow.
So a super wealthy couple, obviously they were able to, pay a private plane to fly them hundreds of miles, but they were only charged like $1,100 was the fine. Like that's nothing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Slap on the wrist and a vaccine that somebody else needed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
Yeah. Well, the big news of the day is about GameStop.
Yeah.
Oh
gosh.
And AMC and BlackBerry and I can't remember the other company, but it's mostly about GameStop. So Reddit users from this group called Wall Street Bets that deals with trades and stock market and stuff. They decided to. It's a little bit more complicated than how I'm explaining, but they decided to. Okay, let's buy GameStop stock.
But were they specifically doing it because they're hedge funds who are trying to short GameStop stock?
Oh yeah, there's this thing. Wall Street hates GameStop and hates plenty of companies, but yeah, like big stockbrokers and big people that invest, they hate companies like GameStop and how they deal. Anyways, so these people said, no, let's go get them. Let's and everybody started buying. And so GameStop went from I think $15 to $300,
Yeah.
something like
It's insane.
1,600% increase.
Yeah.
They did the same for AMC, and they did the same. And AMC already announced we're gonna use that money. Of course they will, right? They
Yeah.
tried to survive.
Yeah.
But more interesting things about that is the markets are going crazy.
Yes.
Power to the people because the people are affecting the market, not the stockbrokers, but the daily, the regular day traders. They use Robinhood. Another aspect of the whole thing is Robinhood and big tech are saying no, and
Yes.
they block the
Crazy.
trades on the app.
Yeah. Because they want to protect the unsophisticated and uneducated investor
Bull
from
money.
losing money. Yeah, that I don't buy that at all.
Yeah, baloney.
The very
So
blooded American me is no
yeah, uh-huh.
to the
And,
barricades.
and one last funny thing about it is the newly started Biden administration was asked about that,
Yeah.
about this whole thing. So what are we gonna do? How is this happening? And the press secretary gave if anything, a funny answer. She said, "Oh, the new Secretary of Treasury is a woman." So
True.
I,
So what is
I don't
she
know.
do about GameStop? Oh my god.
So yeah, it's like ridiculous. It's like, really, guys, come on. Anyways,
Crazy.
but
Oh,
yeah,
so
I
frustrating.
I think it's like really interesting how it shows that it's like with technology, it's still big tech is blocking it, but with technology, people have access and power that back in the day would be impossible
Yeah.
to make a company grow this big.
Mhm.
Oh, another funny thing that I just saw earlier today. Uh, CNN called a specialist to panel to talk to him about this whole thing, and they called Jordan Belfort, and it's ridiculous because the guy is the biggest stock market liar. He is the Wolf of Wall Street. He wrote a book that
Yes.
became a movie, and I was like, really? You call it this guy to give advice about? He's like, I thought it was hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a mess.
yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. Moving on to Godzilla versus Kong. We got a trailer and it was a really good,
It
really juicy
looks so
trailer.
good. Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so excited.
It does. I was excited for the previous one, but for this one even more because this one looks awesome and has some mystery there because why Godzilla is bad now? He was good last time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? Well, and they addressed that like in the trailer. They're like, okay, Godzilla, like people are dying. We got to figure out why. Like what's going on.
Yeah.
We've got like Godzilla going nuts, and then it seems like maybe they bring in Kong to deal with Godzilla.
Yes. Yeah.
Or
I think
okay,
so.
okay. But then also Millie Bobby Brown is like crazy. She's looking like shaved head, driving around in a van, yelling at people. So
Yeah.
that's happening. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, it looks really cool. It looks
Yeah.
awesome. And there's some people who capture some screen grab some parts of the trailer, and it's like we might see Mac Godzilla, which is like whoa, the robot Godzilla.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, that's literally image from the trailer that has this like robot, and there's a screen is like loading all systems. Yeah, it's like okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
Huh.
that
So
would be
kind
a
of
nice surprise. If I mean, it still be a nice surprise because I mean,
yeah.
maybe not, Anyways, but what else
That would be
about Godzilla? The trailer. I think that's. Oh yeah, that's another thing that the trailers and the poster says. It's like one will fall.
yes.
So
What does that mean?
unless
Oh,
it's a lie.
something. Yeah. Something we do see in the trailer, and something that and I thought this was cool. You know how like in like if you go way back, OG Kong, he's got this like he's always got like a blonde girl in his hand.
Hmm.
Right, he falls in love with a woman, and that's like his weakness that leads to his downfall. In this one, they update that into something much more believable. That there's like this little girl that he's really attached to, but
Yeah.
like in a paternal way. That like she lost her family, and so now he's there to protect her, and he's got this bond with her.
Yeah.
So that was a nice way to like having that connection, but in a way less weird way. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, like that human connection that like and giving him a soul and everything else, giving him some like complexity,
Yeah.
but it's not like giant ape falling for the actress. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, about that. There's a commercial uh for chips, but we've seen from the movie. I have to send you. It's hilarious, and he's carrying not a blonde actress, but a blonde. I mean, what seems to be a blonde inflatable doll. I'll send you. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Okay.
Still about big monsters. The MonsterVerse. Kong School Island. Gonna get a show on Netflix. It's gonna be about the shipwreck characters.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch that if they ever manage to make it. That
Yeah.
would be great. Okay. Last but not least, Netflix has. Well, Bridgerton has made history for Netflix, and that it is now the most watched new series in all of Netflix history.
Yeah. It's funny how they said that 82 million households choose to watch 2 minutes at least of the show. It's exactly what I watched. It was 2 minutes. Yeah, but
Is
we
it Shonda Rhimes?
yes, it is Shonda Rhimes. The she has a deal with Netflix. She's gonna bring a couple of shows. Yeah. So yeah, but we're gonna go back to that. Another big one from Netflix. Two big ones. They announced the cast of Sandman, and they have pictures of the cast
Yeah.
of Shadow and Bone.
Okay.
And the cast
I
of Netflix, you know?
Let's see. I remember. So the Sandman one seemed to be drawing from Game of Thrones a little bit with Gwendolyn Christie and, um, but honestly, hers was the only name I recognized.
Yeah, so they have Dream. The main character is gonna be Tom Sturridge. Um, Corinthian is gonna be Boyd Holbrook. We know him from Narcos and from Logan. He's
Okay.
Agent, what's his name? Murphy on Narcos. Uh, Gwendolyn
Ooh,
Christie from Game
fun
of Thrones.
fact.
Sorry, what?
He also appears in We Can Be Heroes, which is the Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel.
That's true.
Again, Pedro Pascal.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, it is. I usually say true things. So.
Gwendolyn Christie is gonna be Lucifer.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
Sanjeev Bhaskar is gonna be Kane. Roderick Burgess is gonna be Charles Dance, and Roderick Burgess is what's the Lannister? Is the Lannister father?
That's right. What was the name? Tyrone?
Yeah, Tyrion. I always miss his name with
Tyrion
the kid's
was
name.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
So I think he's Tyrone.
Azim Chaudhry is gonna be Abed, and Vivian Achiapong is gonna be Lucienne. So that's what we have, and yeah, it looks good. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
Excited. I haven't read any of the Sandman Chronicles or any of that yet, so I don't know who these characters are very well, but I've seen some of these actors and other things, so
No, but they
I
are good.
feel be involved. So
Yeah, they're good.
I'm here
They're great
for
cast choices.
it.
They also Netflix also announced posted pictures of the new Shadow and Bone, and also a great
Yeah.
cast of characters for
I
this
haven't seen
show.
the pictures yet.
That looks like um, could be
Uh,
Netflix's Game of Thrones based on this book by
yeah.
this trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm skimming through
pictures.
the cast right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, following the success of not Spy, what you just mentioned, We Can Be Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Rodriguez gonna work on a Spy Kids reboot,
Yeah, that'll be fun.
which is cool. I always thought he did a good job on that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Moving to HBO Max. What we have on HBO?
For some reason, I didn't. That was the end of my list. I don't think when I copied it from the.
Oh, really? Okay, let me send you. Meanwhile, we're gonna talk about it. So it's
Yeah.
everywhere over the press. I don't know if you got it, um, but uh, oh, this,
Oh, is this the Harry Potter thing?
yeah. So everywhere, people are talking about how Harry Potter gonna get uh,
Like an HBO Max
an
series?
HBO Max series, and people's like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, Harry
Yeah.
naked, Hermione on panties only, and crap like that."
Oh, oh no, that's so
Well,
gross.
it is HBO. Come on.
I
Hey,
know, but like in Harry Potter, they're kids. They're
they
like
were
high
kids.
school.
They grew up.
I mean, yeah, but still, I don't know. I just think that's always been a weird thing. Like the when Emma Watson turned 18 and there were a bunch of guys like, "Oh yeah, she's legal now."
Anyways,
Okay,
what
hard
happens?
cut out there.
What happens in Hogwarts is staying Hogwarts.
Please.
Anyways, Warner Brothers denied. Again, the press is spreading this. Warner Brothers said, nope, there's no plan for that. Unless it's a
Has to.
lie. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
About Game of Thrones, as we mentioned, HBO and all that, HBO is planning an animated series for Game of Thrones, a spin-off.
So is this the same one we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago?
Um,
Like the
they're planning several shows. So
yeah,
for
okay.
the House Targaryen, they're planning that Egg and Dunk, and this
Yeah.
animated one. So yeah,
Oh, okay. So it is a different.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Egg and Dunk sounds like it would be a cute animated, like the title of a cute animated series.
yeah. You have the. I mean, it could be animation rated R since they did that before with Spock. So
Yes, it
yeah,
could. All right. Craig Mazin, who came storming into our hearts with his incredible Chernobyl limited series, he has an extended deal now with HBO and HBO Max, and he's doing the writing for The Last of Us.
yeah. He is working on The Last of Us, and his deal goes on beyond The Last of Us.
I approve. Definitely a big fan of Craig Mazin.
Yeah. Less but about HBO Max, the number of subscribers doubled since the premiere of Wonder Woman, 1984. So the whole premiere at the theater
Uh-huh.
and premiere at HBO Max, it seems to be paying off.
Yeah, that's really good. That's actually pretty impressive, especially considering that 1984 did not get great critical review.
Yeah, but critical review doesn't that's I mean it shouldn't and it actually doesn't. Critical review does not affect much audiences reviews, audiences taste and likes, and also the fact that the movie is accessible on your home on your TV. So the critic says, oh, it's bad. Some people might not go to the theaters, but they still might watch at home.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Either way, it's a pretty impressive statistic
Yeah.
and a big win for HBO to double all that. HBO Max is not the only streaming service that is growing. Peacock has gone up to 33 million subscriptions, and they're thinking that The Office is to thank for that. And The Office is actually getting more attention on the Peacock than it was on Netflix. And it was Netflix's most watched series last year.
Yes.
So,
And yeah, I could see some people moving to Peacock because of The Office. That's a big selling point. I think it's too soon. It's like January is not even done. They're already claiming that, and so it's this whole thing is since January 1st. So yeah,
that's true. That's true. But still,
but overall, yeah,
it's
33
getting a
million
lot more.
subscribers.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a big number. Good for The Office. Still matters.
Yeah.
Okay, CBS All Access is now Paramount Plus.
Well, technically not yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dates. Either way, they've been teasing some new shows, including a whole bunch of Star Trek stuff. And one that actually, this one I'm actually much more intrigued by than I have on the other. So it's going to be called Strange New Worlds,
Yep.
Which is Star Trek's whole thing, and it features Captain Pike and his crew. And this is something that hasn't been explored very much, unlike some of what's been happening with like Discovery and everything else, where they're like, anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the closest that one of these new Star Trek series has come to like actually being new and original Star Trek content.
Okay.
I could be wrong. And to be fair, Discovery started out with very unoriginal stuff, but moved beyond that pretty quickly. But well, anyway, we'll see. Captain Pike. What we know about Captain Pike, he's a very cool character, and
And that casting, that guy is good. I like him.
yeah, he is. So I look forward to that.
Yeah,
We'll see.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, Star Wars is getting a special collection of stamps by the United States Postal Service.
Yes, featuring the droids, right?
Yes, several droids.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they look cool.
Okay.
From the big one from Rogue One,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, Alan Tudyk said that he's not involved in the show. So it could be a lot. But yeah, also about Star Wars Lego announced that they're gonna have some 30 some planets. The new Star Wars Lego PS5, PS4 actually. It's like called the Skywalker Saga. We'll collect all the games remastered and stuff.
Wow.
You're gonna have all the planets. But yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think that's a pretty good note to end on.
Yeah,
Happy to come.
I think so.
Right.
Looking forward for next week. You're gonna be here next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see when you're gonna report this. So I guess that's it. From here, and see you next week for more news and entertainment. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.